how to avoid the first-headed monster, probate court, family fighting. Oh no. Oh, hey folks, Elder Law Care attorney Patrick Kelleher, coming to you from elderlawcare.com. Folks, today's question is, what rights do trust beneficiaries have? Okay, so folks, first and foremost, the best way to answer this question, what rights do trust beneficiaries have? You need to look at the language in the terms in the four corners of the trust, okay? But that also, the bigger picture here is the following. A trust, folks, is made up of three different components or three different capacities. Number one, the trust maker or grantor or settler or donor. They're all similar synonyms and it all means pretty much the same thing. We call it the trust maker, makes their trust. That's the first hat the person is wearing with a trust. The second hat is the trustee manager, who's managing the assets and money in the trust. And then the third capacity is the beneficiaries, okay? Oftentimes, the three hats, the trust maker, the trustee, and the beneficiaries could be the same person or persons in their lifetimes. But typically later, when they're alive and not so well, or when they've gone up to their cloud and the trust maker has passed away and they're no longer there, then they're going to have contingent beneficiaries, and that could be you, that could be the children, that could be the grandchildren, that could be the surviving spouse. So under trust law, folks, it's really important to know is the trustee manager has what they call a fiduciary duty of loyalty to the greatest degree. They have the highest duty of loyalty to act in the best interest of whom? The beneficiaries. So that trustee has the highest fiduciary duty of loyalty to act within the best interest of the beneficiaries of the trust, to follow the written instructions in your trust. The trustee, fiduciary duty of loyalty, they're the manager of the trust. They need to be familiar with the terms and instructions and directions in your trust, and they have legal duties and responsibilities to meet and to adhere to follow. So the trustee has those fiduciary duties of loyalty to act, again, in the best interest of the beneficiaries. And if the beneficiaries, folks, feel like the trustee is off course, then they should bring it to the trustee's attention and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Trustee, hey, Mo, you're off course here. You have written instructions to go from point A to point B here, and the trust instructions is your navigation or your compass, and guess what? You're lost in the woods. You're off the trail. You're in the poison ivy going the wrong way, or you're going towards the waterfall, and there's a lot of sharp rocks over there. You're not supposed to be over there, trustee manager. Get back on course. And they need to first bring that to the trustee's attention, and if the trustee's still not listening, they should bring the family elder law attorney involved, get them involved in that discussion, and maybe have what we call a family meeting or a family care meeting, a come to Jesus meeting, so to speak, with the family, so the attorney for the parents can educate the trustee what their duties and responsibilities are, and give them a deadline, maybe give them 30 days to get back on course. Otherwise, if they continue to stay off course deliberately or carelessly or negligently, then they're falling into the category of what we call or refer to as a bad actor or a bad fiduciary. And if they are a bad actor and bad fiduciary, and in an extreme case, if they're absconding money from the trust or the treasure chest and they're giving it to non-beneficiaries, and they're not communicating properly with the beneficiaries of the trust, then the beneficiaries do have rights. They can petition the probate court, get a judge involved, and a judge can remove that trustee, or there may even be language in the trust where a majority of the beneficiaries, Larry and Curly, majority, can remove Mo as the trustee of the trust if Mo is not getting back on course and fulfilling his duties and responsibilities as the fiduciary. So folks, beneficiaries do have a lot of rights, and they need to pay attention to how the trust administration or the estate administration affairs are being handled by the trustee. And not to discount the trustee's job, they do have a fair amount of duties and responsibilities, but I do have another video on this called the 5 Steps of Estate Administration. So the trustee does have a fair amount of duties and responsibilities, and It is a fair amount of work. So those beneficiaries need to be mindful of that. They need to be patient around that as well. So it's kind of a dance. And from my experience, the best way to adhere or to ensure that the trustee is going to do a good job later in life and make sure they don't fly that treasure chest into the side of a mountain is for the trustee to become educated around their duties and responsibilities. And we're strong advocates of that component of our clients' estate plans. While our clients are still living, Bill and Mary are still living, we recommend that their trusted adult children, Mo, come on in for what we call a trustee training program, which is an educational workshop around what their duties and responsibilities will be someday, so that Mo will be familiar with the playbook and know the playbook. When mom and dad go up to their cloud, Mo can step on the field of play with confidence and fulfill his duties and responsibilities to the beneficiaries and to his late parents' trust. Folks, if this video was helpful, please scroll down, post a question, because a member of our elder law care team will get back to you as soon as possible. If you'd like to learn how to slay the metaphorical four-headed beast, strongly recommend pick up a copy of my book on Amazon, Elder Law Attorney Patrick Kelleher, How to Avoid the Four-Headed Monster of Estate Planning in Elder Law, because you will learn a lot.